Hello, and welcome back to another video. Folks, how you doing? It's time for another video. The date today is October 17, 2023. It is a cloudy day in mid-October. It's starting to get colder. Summer is starting to say goodbye. I haven't actually rode my Sherman probably in a couple of weeks. I've been driving more often. In case you've been wondering where I've been, I do have the speed turned on for this video. I'm hoping that today we can kind of test the waters on the Sherman and see just how fast is a reasonable pace to go safely here in Central Park. I am going to go leisurely and take it easy for safety reasons, but overall I want to see what feels fast and what feels slow. So right now I'd say I'm going at about a mid-pace. There's no one really around me at this point, so this is a good safe pace to be going, as I don't risk hitting any unsuspecting pedestrians or runners or people on bicycles. You know, when it's really beautiful out, it's really crowded out, in Central Park especially. But once it starts getting colder and a little bit windier, just like this, you start to see the numbers really fall. The number of people, the number of patrons visiting the park. It's still a lovely day nonetheless. A lot of people here. I'm going to slow down. Let's see if I can zip on past. Makes you feel like a superhero sometimes when you act like that, when you just try to take a sharp turn and lean into it and maybe crouch down a little bit. It's part of the fun of riding in EUC. You picture yourself as some kind of daredevil or something, but I'm sure people look at you and are like, what is he doing? Anyway, safe and reasonable pace in the park. Now, I'm not trying to break any records, not that I could if I wanted to, but what I do want to do is give a rough idea, give you a chance to estimate how long it would take you to get around on one of these things in the park. I've been noticing people are more and more willing to try an electric unicycle than the number of people that seemed willing to in the past. I'm not sure why this willingness spike has risen, but I think it's because more people have delved into the scooter world. And once you get a taste of moving around the city at lightning speed, and when I say lightning speed, I don't necessarily mean high speed. When you say lightning speed in the city, that basically just means moving around unfettered, untethered, unlimited. You're not limited by traffic or how long it takes the bus to arrive. You really just start moving and you get to where you're going pretty quick. It's not like you have to cover a lot of ground when you're on a scooter or a wheel. So I think that being said, people are coming into problems relating to the scooters like the maintenance, which is just non-stop. I mean, a scooter only stays good for about a week or two after you buy it. Then you start hearing the creaks and the squeaks, and then you start to wonder what's wrong with my scooter. Is it going to last? And before you know it, it's not going as fast as it used to. That's one reason scooter riders are like, hey, what about this wheel thing? Those things look fast and cool. Another reason scooter riders are probably thinking of making the switch, and by the way, I'm just analyzing my own thought process here, because when I was riding a scooter, these are the things that I wondered about. Another big point, an interesting point for me was, hey, that thing looks small and compact. I can fit that right under my desk at work. And when I pull the handlebar and push it into a building lobby, they're not going to say to me, hey, you can't bring that in here. Instead, they'll probably mistake it for a suitcase. They'll probably think, I'm just going to carry on in my conversation about the playoffs. Yeah, those guys are a liability. They're just, I mean, they're having fun. I don't want to knock them too much, but they're indecisive, swerving left and right, and obvious fearfulness. That kind of thing will get you in more trouble, put you in more physical danger than anything else. I mean, just ride, just cruise and enjoy. Don't worry about what the bicyclists or the EUC wheelers are doing. Just ride and enjoy yourself. So I'm thinking the scooter rider guys are like, hey, you know how many stores tell me I can't bring that in here? And then I chain it to a light pole outside, and then next thing you know, I'm wondering if my scooter's still outside, or in the unfortunate case of some of us, you go outside and your scooter really is gone. I mean, how are they removing these scooters from these light posts and in record speed timing? I mean, really, how do you get a bike off a chain that quickly? Well, I remember seeing an insider report on YouTube or some other outlet once where it showed how quickly a thief can saw through a chain, maybe hacksaw or handheld saw right through a chain or a lock. And it was surprisingly and devastatingly quick. It only really takes a few minutes. Maybe not a few seconds. I want to say 10, 20, 30 seconds. And a thief is gone with your beautiful, expensive scooter. So imagine spending $2,000, even $3,000 on a fancy scooter. And then you have nowhere to put it. It's hard to bring it up the stairs in your house, or it's hard to take it into your building. Maybe the security guard doesn't allow it. Otherwise, you risk becoming evicted. So those are two pretty big reasons why scooter riders want to switch to electric unicycles. Because of the maintenance and because of the compactness, the ability to bring it inside a building incognito. I guess that's kind of 3 reasons. Let's say 2.5 reasons. Are there any other reasons? Absolutely. Not only is it way more fun, but it's way more practical. It's way more enjoyable. Practical? Yes, it's practical. Look, hands-free. I can make a call. I can dance. I can balance my life. You know? I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do if I was on a scooter. I can also swerve and wiggle side to side around cones. You know those cone obstacle things? You can definitely do better with an EUC than you could on a scooter because of the path. The path that you have to draw with your scooter is like, it's a long baseboard with 2 wheels, and you don't get a lot of flexibility there. But with 1 wheel, the sky's the limit. You can draw a face with the trace of your wheel. You can go backwards suddenly if you can do one of those little 180 tricks that people do. I cannot do that, but other EUC wheelers can. Can I ride backwards at all? Haven't practiced that. I'm sure I could if I wanted to. I have enough miles under my belt, surely, if I would have started practicing it long ago, but haven't practiced it, can't do it. What else? I don't know. Let's see, I did have some other ideas, and then I just kind of let them go into the wind. Oh, miles. You got way more miles per electric wattage on an electric unicycle for some reason. Way more than you get on a scooter. Is it because it's lighter and smaller? I don't know. Is it because it's all centralized and one big motor? Not sure. Maybe there's less friction to tire contact, and so that reduces the amount of energy loss. I just don't know. I'm not sure. Why do scooter riders switch to electric unicycles? I think they also noticed that scooters are starting to look kind of lame. I mean, you're starting to see people riding scooters every which way. Amateurs, newbies, people of all backgrounds. So you're thinking to yourself, well, now I'm just fitting in. I'm blending in. How do I stand out? How do I make myself different? You know what I mean? How do I find myself on the outskirts rather than on the inskirts? Yeah. Scootering just doesn't look as cool as it once did. I remember when I first got my first scooter, and you hardly saw a scooter on the street. Hardly. Almost never, really. When you saw one, you gave a fellow scooter rider the head nod. You would give him a wave, but you would fall. You can't really let go of the handlebars on a scooter. Yeah, be that as it may. I mean, I've seen some guys do it. I've seen people on their phones, holding a phone and typing while riding their scooter. To me, that's devastatingly impressive, because I remember letting go for a split second, just one hand off my scooter handlebar, and nearly dying. It was, I mean, literally, I don't know how I didn't fall. It was that bad. It was a sudden loss of control. There was just simply no way. Eventually, I kind of got the hang of it, but still never dared to do it because of the initial shock I experienced when I did it the first time. It just was a no-go for me, and I always caution riders against doing that. And most riders already know. They go, I know. And I'm pretty sure people have fallen from doing exactly that, from letting go one of their hands off the scooter handlebars. Well, what about letting go both hands? Forget it. Not going to happen. But on an EUC, it is mandatory. It is mandatory that you be ever cool enough to let go of both your hands off the handlebar. Okay, what else? Surely there is more stuff. Hey, what's my top speed so far? If you're watching this video, leave a comment, please, to tell me what top speed you noticed on the screen for my whole ride today. And here's another little boost. Let's see if I can break that top speed. I'm not going nearly as fast as I potentially could. There's just too many people. I'm not trying to hurt anyone or myself. But what do you think of the new knee pads? Remember I told you that one day I dreamt of getting new, cooler protective gear? Well, the new knee pads are here. I'm going to inch my way towards coolness by getting better and better safety gear. Love the helmet. Love the knee pads. It's time to keep upgrading. I think maybe a nice chest protector would be my next wanted item, and maybe cooler gloves. I do have those awesome cool white leather gloves, but I don't know. I mean, those don't really leave much to be desired because they were very expensive and they look very nice. But maybe some gloves or wrist guards next after the chest protector. We'll see. Alright, I think that wraps up a single lap around Central Park. I'm not sure how long that took, but Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one. Have a great day. Goodbye.